everyone. We are going to color some bears tonight, but not the same bears that Jamie did this morning. I thought I would play with these little bears since we haven't really done a whole lot. Hi Brenda, hi Julie, with these bears. So, I know Jamie's going to be a little surprised, but I actually masked them to stamp them on this paper. So I'll show you how I did it. So I used the masking tape and I stamped it on the masking tape. Hello Mary. And this stamp set is called Where It's Warm. And there's dies that go with it, but we won't need that tonight because I made it in a slimline card size. So I stamped the first one in the middle and then I put the little bear over top of it. So when I stamped the outside bears, it wouldn't mess up the stamping. So I did those, the two outside bears, and then I did the same thing with them and stamped these ones because this bear will fit over all of them. And so now they look like they're just sitting with their little feet in and out, which is super cute. So that's how, and then like Jamie taught me, I put the little sticky bear on here, so if I want to use him again, I can use him again. So I'm just going to leave him on there for now. Hi Karen. But this is how I set it up so that I could play with these little bears tonight. And then I already have the card cut and everything, so once we color these little bears, I can put them on the card. So to start out, I'm going to use these two for the inside of their ears and the inside of their little feet. And then for their noses, I'm going to do them all in this gray color, this tone color of T7, T5, and T2. And then at the end, we'll use some white gel pen. So this is how we are going to start. And then I've already chosen my colors. I'm going to put the blue and the yellow on the ends. And then I'm going to do like a pinkish color here and a green color here and purple in the middle because, you know, purple's my thing, my favorite color. So I'm going to put the purple in the middle. So first we're going to do all the insides of the ears and all the noses and all the little pieces in their feet. And then we'll do each bear one by one, and when we get done, we'll use some of the colors from the bears to just go around the circle in their eyes to give them a little bit of color in their eyes. So that's the process we're going to go through. And I'm hoping when these get done, it looks like a bunch of little gummy bears sitting there hanging out. And so that was my plan. And I just came up with that because I just finished packing most of my stuff to leave in the morning at, 4 a.m. for the airport to go see Jamie. So yeah, I'm going to be tired tomorrow. So let me zoom in so we can get started. I'm going to move this over a bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with the RV42. Hi Mama. Because it's a little shade darker than the other one that I chose. So I'm going to go around the outsides of his ears. Hello, Cheryl. Yes, Linda's watching. Yay! I'm going to do that on all the little bears because these are small areas, so I think I can do them all at the same time. Plus, the colors, the two pink tones that I chose for their ears are really close. And so I'm probably going to go over this color a second time just to darken that color, because I don't know if you knew, but if you allow it to dry and go over it again, it'll be a shade darker. So sometimes if we don't use as many markers, and I have a lot in this group because I have a 5 color combo for each bear. So there's their little ears. Where am I? I am in Texas. I am in Texas outside of Dallas. And then with R11, so we'll have to use this R42 and R11 combo quite a bit here for a little while. So I'm going to actually push into that dark shade with this one. And like I said, they're really close, but you'll be able to see them a lot better once I add the second coat of the darkest shade. So I'm just pushing back towards that first color. Yes, Jamie is in Idaho, which is where I am going in the morning once I stop in Denver first for an hour layover. And then on the way back, I stop in Seattle. So, yay. For 3 hours. On my way back, I have a 3-hour layover, but on my way over, I only have an hour. So pray that my flights are on time so I don't have any problems. So back to the RV42, and I'm going to go in there with the second coat. Yes, then we're driving to California the next day after I arrive. Yes, for the first show. Right, because someone doesn't own a globe. I don't really know why they do that, but it's so far out of the way. I could not get a direct flight unless I paid, like, I think it was $300 more for a direct flight. I just couldn't do that. So, yeah. And this is going to be one time when I am going to have to go back in just a little to soften that line, but I kind of want to leave it showing just a little bit so it looks like, I know, their ears, they're so cute. And I'm going to be very careful when I go in for the second time with the R11, and I'm only going to touch exactly where the two meet each other. So I'm not going to do the whole thing like I did before. I'm just going to soften that line right there. And I'll show you when I finish the up close so you can see it. Thanks, Cheryl. At least Jamie's not traveling this time. This time it's me. Well, she is on the road, but this time it's me. We try to take turns, so one person isn't traveling all the time. Yes. So see how it almost looks like there's some layering going on there? So now we're going to go and do all the little feet. And I'll probably just do maybe 3 at a time. I'm not sure. Depends on how it goes. But just going to do the underside like this. And then the underside of each one of these little pads right here. And then this one, I'm going to go up a little bit because that foot is in front of that one. Yes, we'll be in Ontario later. Ontario, California. Don't want anyone to get confused. We have a lot of shows coming up, and we had a lot of work we've been doing on our make and takes. But by the way, I have all my stuff packed. Just not my stuff I need in the morning. But everything else is packed and ready to go. And I'm tired. But I could not leave you guys hanging without some coloring tonight. Plus, I haven't really gotten to do any coloring. Yes, we'll be in Arizona twice, I believe. And it's pretty close to Mesa. I'm sort of excited about that because my son lives up there in Arizona. So I try to go up there. I think I'm just going to go for all of them. I think we can do it. My son lives in Tucson. So I've been there several times. Just coloring his little pads, his little feet. There we go. Hi, Michelle. I love it when you guys jump in, color along with me, or at least watch and partake in the awesome conversation we usually have. Aw, thanks. Only going to, oh, the other one canceled. Oh, we're only going to Arizona once. And they moved the Creativation from Arizona to Florida, so we shall be in Florida. So I'm just following the same process that I did with the ears. When my Seattle layover is, well, I go back next Tuesday on the 8th. I don't know the time off the top of my head, but I could probably figure that out because it is 3 hours. It's going to be a long layover. I wasn't real excited about that, but I was like, oh well. It is what it is. Plus, I don't usually like staying in the airport. Sometimes I go sit outside the airport just because I can take my mask off. Because that mask all day and 3 hours in the airport is going to be a beatdown. Oh, that would be nice. That would be really nice. I can definitely let you know. Oh, that would be awesome. I will definitely let you know. I'd love to see you. That would be awesome. Going over this one more time just to deepen that color a little bit. I would love that. Nothing's better than getting to hang with Sweetie while I'm waiting at the airport. Oh, and I made a card out of the little ducks, the waddling ducks that we colored the other day. I made a card out of that. I'll show it to you in a few minutes. I made it an Easter card. Super cute. I love those little ducks. I can see me coloring them many, many, many times. So while I let that dry for a little second, oh, I know my hand was hurting really bad right here where I was trying to hold the paper when I was cutting it today, but you cut way more paper than I did. This is the Easter card I made with the baby ducks we colored the other day. I even put some Easter eggs on there. I didn't have time to take a picture, so I'm going to have to post it when I get back. But, yeah, cutting, making takes, woo, that was a challenge and a half to get all of that done. We've been cutting paper like crazy, and I got it all in my suitcase. Oh, we're going to do these in a rainbow, but we're not going to do each one as a rainbow. We're going to do each individual one. Yep, maybe I can get her to do that when I'm up there. Just kind of going over this again to smooth that little line. Make it a little bit smoother. So not covering the whole thing, just where the two colors meet, to soften that a little bit. I don't think you can really see it in the toes much, so the little toe pads, so I'm not going to do them. But you see how you can tell the shading difference on them now? I think that makes a big difference. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Very detailed. So now I'm going to do their little noses, all of them in black. So I think that'll keep them a little bit, these colors will keep them a little bit uniform once I color each one a different color. Yes, a lot of cutting by hand. I mean, I have designed a die for them, but not in time for us to get it before the show, so we had to do everything by hand. So I'm kind of going around the top and down the bottom, but I'm sort of leaving this side without any color on it. Yeah, we had to do them all by hand, and let me tell you, it was a lot of cutting and scoring. Cutting and scoring, cutting and scoring. We could probably do it in our sleep now. Well, my daughter called me today to ask me some questions about cutting something in a 5x7. Oh, Jamie, do we not have any cutter bees in the shop right now? We might be out of them in the shop. But you can find them on Amazon too. We are close. I might be cutting in the car, but as you know from last weekend, I'm very experienced with cutting in the car. So I'm using this T5, but I'm leaving a little spot on the top of his nose because I want there to be a highlight there. So T5 is filling most of it in, leaving just a little bit on the top. And Jamie, we squeezed in some reprints on stencils right before the live so that we could get it done before the live because it's really loud. But we got them done. I didn't get the packaging done for them yet, but I got them printed. If you want me to stay awake, you'll have me cut. Yep, that'll do it. I do fall asleep in the car unless I'm driving. I'm wide awake if I'm driving. But if you put me in a passenger seat, no promises. You can just ask my husband. It's always been like that since...
Does you mean U.S.?
That should actually be www.sweetsentiment.us. Typo. Okay, so I'm going to use this T2 to just kind of smooth that out and leave that tip of his nose highlighted. I'm going to go over it one more time, and then I'm going to hold it up so you can see it really is colored in, but it's just real light on the tip of his nose to kind of give him that highlight there. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one, just kind of a back and forth. And this one. And this one. This one has a little bit too much white up there, so I'm going to have to fix that one. She is tired and her hands hurt from cutting, so we'll give her a break on that one. Just going to cover up a little bit of that because I just want the tips of his nose to show. And I'll probably put some white gel pen on there too, so it'll be fine. But there we go. So they have little white tips on their noses. So I am going to go back in with my RB42 for their mouth. Oh, wow, that's awesome. I'm going to do his little mouth right here. Just one color. Just kind of color that in. On his little mouth. Oh, I'm glad that you like that. We decided that since I'm the night owl, nighttime should be me. So I'm finished with these colors. So now it's going to be time to move on to coloring our little bears different colors. So I think I'm going to start from this end and move that way because this end, this one I have as yellow, and I want the colors to go that way because I want to do the lightest color over here first. Because maybe Jamie doesn't have problems coloring the dark colors by the light colors, but I do. Sometimes I touch them and bleed into the other ones. So Y18, Y15, Y08, Y13, and Y11. And so if you guys didn't know, when after the live I post it on YouTube and I put all the color combos in the description, so if you want to watch the replay you'll know what colors before I start. So Y18 is the darkest color we're going to start with, and we're going to do all the shadow areas. So I'm going to start by doing this little part right here around his belly where his arms are coming over, and then I'm going to put a little bit down here, and I'm going to kind of curve that because I don't want that. I want his belly to look curved, not square. And then I'm going to come along his little paws right here, and a little bit over where the artist drawn lines are, where my drawn lines are. It's so funny to say the artist drawn lines when I drew them. And this little foot is behind his arm, so we're going to give him a little bit of shadow there. You cannot type. Are those fingers numb? You can't feel the numbers, letters, whatever. I'm going to go down this side because that arm's in the way. And then I'm going to go right over here where this other little bear has his foot in front of this little bear's foot. And then I'm going to come just right here under his ear. I am going to do a little bit here and across the top. Not all the way across the top though. I just don't want to put it all the way across the top. I don't want to put too much of this really, really dark. I'm also going to come along here and do a little bit. I'll fill that in with other colors later, with the lighter colors later. He looks really funny now. He's got spots all over him. Oh man, you really do have you really did cut a lot of paper, I'll tell you that. It'll be easier next time with the die. Okay, so gonna start and just kind of make these small brush strokes, keeping that kind of rounded because I really want his belly to stay rounded. A little bit more on his little paws right here. down here on his foot. Just kind of bringing that shadow over a little bit. Doing pretty good at coloring this one without turning the paper tonight. Must be a good night. Because we're not cutting these out, so I definitely don't want to go out of the lines. Oh, the rainbow dodo. Yeah. Jamie is good at rainbows, I give you that. For sure. This is about as close as I usually get to rainbows. Now, that doesn't mean I won't, but for right now, I need more practice. Yeah, she's going to have sore hands for a couple days, probably. Building this out just a little bit. My hubby and I were watching Thunder Force before the live. Any of y'all seen that movie? It's so funny. We didn't get to finish it though. I know. I don't mind either. It is pretty fun. I'm going to put just a little bit under his little chin there, and I'll build in this body part right here with the next color. I'm trying to keep these bears in the lighter shades of the colors, which I don't know how successful I'll be with that because I love the dark colors. So this is the third one, so this is more of our true colors, so it should have more. So I'm going to go down here and sort of build that round head, and then build out to smooth that around his belly. And then down his arm a little bit more with this one. Kind of around the outside, you know, like we always say, round the outside. Kind of using more of this color because it's the true color of the little bear, my little gummy bear. I figured this would be a fun way to show, it is hard for me to stay light with the markers too, like really hard. I thought it would be neat to show how many different ways these bears can be used. They don't have to just be polar bears when it's cold outside. I'm going to bring this down around his face and in from the sides. Kind of built that little wall there for us so we wouldn't go outside the lines. This is a little bit hard for me to do in this angle without turning it. But being that it's a slim line card, it's going to be hard to turn it. And I'm going to go real close to this nose and not touch the black, I hope. And then I'm going to put just a little bit in here. And we'll build that out in a few minutes. Rainbow ducks. She wants rainbow ducks, rainbow ducks. Rainbow ducks. I bet Jamie can make them look pretty awesome. Y13 is the next color, second to the last color. So we're just going to keep filling in, pulling from the previous color, leaving little highlight spaces for us. Going in between those little pads. And this one too. In between there, which brings that really bright yellow out. A little bit in here, leaving a tiny place in the center for the highlight. moving up to his little chin. I don't want to touch these eyes really, because I don't want to put yellow in his eyes. So I have to be really careful on that area right there and right here. These are going to be buddy rainbows. They're not going to be... Looks like a lemon gummy bear, doesn't it? Yummy, yummy. I love gummy bears, by the way. I learned the last time I went to see my son that he loves gummy bears too, and I was like, oh, he gets that from his mama. Just kind of softening this little place between his eyes a little bit. And then we have one more color to bring it all together. And that is Y11. I love Y11. It's pale yellow, but it's real bright and really brings it all together. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to use those back and forth brush strokes just to kind of blend that all together. And if you've watched my lives before, you know I do that usually on the last color to really saturate that paper. Get that last color in there. Gonna finish this little foot off over here. Gonna put this part just on his little lip. And then I'm gonna bring these in here. I keep moving my marker around kind of in funny ways because
She's
I'm not...
asking that question. Do you do pencil coloring lives at all? Candace was asking.
Oh, do I do pencil coloring lives? Not yet. Not yet. Right now I'm taking some classes on mixing pencils with the Copics, but I need to master that just a little bit more before I can actually add that to any of the lives at this time. Jamie can do some pencil coloring lives. They take a lot longer to do because you have to layer so many times. I usually try to follow along with hers because it's not that I can't color with I usually use Prismacolors, but it's not that I can't color with Prismacolors. I can. I don't have the patience. I want the instant gratification that I get when I color with my Copics. Look at that. And I just love the Copics so much that I can't seem to put them down long enough to really practice with the Prismacolors. So, yeah, I'm a little too impatient. Yes, Carrie Boucher is very good with them. She's actually helped me out a few times when I struggled and had some coloring problems, like something I put too much on or not enough, and I needed help with it, and she helped me fix it. So she's really great. I really do like watching her. My next ones are going to be kind of a pinkish color. So I have RV19, RV17, RV14. Yes, I have polychromos too. I have both of them. RV13 and RV23. I just don't use them as much as I wish I did, but I don't know. I'm a Copic girl. I don't know what to say about that, but I do want to be able to put more texture over my Copics with color pencils, and I've done it a few times with like bees and stuff like that, and I really like the way it came out. So I want to learn to do that more often. So doing the same thing on this little bear that I did on the other one, so that I'm going to do all the shadowing the same, kind of like the light is coming from the front. So it's going to hit all the bears pretty much the same. Right around here. Show them my arm. My tattoo. Yeah, that pretty much says it all, huh? That pretty much says exactly. I do love my Copics. I had a friend named Sarah who I used to Copic color with all the time, and she is the one that called me Copic Diva all the time. So she kind of gave me that name, and when she passed away, it just kind of stuck, and I think of her every time I look at it. But yeah, we do. Jamie has one too. She has the Copic marker. It doesn't say Copic Diva, but she has the marker on her arm, but teal. So we have the exact matching tattoo. Yeah, matching bestie tattoos. Got them together in Idaho. I love mine. I do get a lot of people that, like, not in this group that always think, what is that on your arm? But when I say it's a marker, then they go, oh, it's a Copic marker. Hi, Holly. Okay, so now we have our darkest color in there. So now we're going to switch to RV17. And we're going to go over those areas and bring them out just a little bit. Not too much, because again, I want that bear to be a little bit lighter than I normally color them, which is, we all know, hard for me. But I am going to try and keep them a little bit lighter. I really want to put some over here where this other little foot is over. Down his arm just a little bit. Weird lady has a marker tattoo. Well, I usually say I'm an artist, and that kind of they go, oh, I see. Bringing this along the top here. Now when I go to the con, they know exactly what it is. They're like, oh, that's so cool. And it's purple, of course, because, you know, purple's my jam. So the next one is RV14, and this is the third one in our 5-color combo, so it's kind of the true color of the little bear. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. This weather has been killing me here in Texas. Oh, cold, warm, cold, warm. Today it was 60. Yesterday and day before it was like in the 30s. Killing me. And now I'm going to travel in really cold again. And then California won't be really cold. I don't know. My nose wants to know, what am I doing to myself? Thank you. I feel it. I feel like I have to sneeze. But I think it's waiting. Maybe it'll wait till after the live. I did sneeze about 3 times right before I went live, though. So we're just filling in a little bit more, being really giving with this color. It's in the 30s there. Oh, I'd like to hit 70. I'd like to stay at 70. I like 70 a lot better. And in the summer, I don't like 100, which is what we get here in Texas. A lot. We bring Jamie here in this summer and she'll melt. I'm going to build his little chin area again like we did with the last one, keeping that kind of rounded. Since this is our main color, we're going to put a little bit in here under his nose and where his little face is. I'll put just a teeny bit underneath there. He looks really funny. He looks a little bit like he has a mustache right now. Got a stash going on. Really, really light around there. Okay, so we have a funny looking bear. Oh, I do remember that. It is really nice. Jamie's porch is really nice to sit out there and color on. Hey, Angela. You like these little bears? I do too. But then again, I'm partial to them. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't have drew them that way. But they're just so sweet, and they remind me of gummy bears. And I love gummy bears. And I've been wanting to, ever since I designed them, I've been wanting to color them as gummy bears, and I just haven't had time. So I thought, when is a better time than to color them that way with you guys? So I have not done this way before. So I hope it comes out good. They are not, these are not digital. These are, these came out in, I think it was December. They're called, see, they were winter. There's an igloo and 2 other bears with it. And it's called Where It's Warm. But they do resemble gummy bears a little bit. I think they do. They make me think gummy bear for sure. Okay, we're going to do a lot more filling this in, but not touching his little eyes. Also going to put that little bit in here that we'll fill in later. Kind of making sure we don't leave any harsh lines in there. And don't touch his eyes. We can use the colorless blender to try to push that out if we do touch his eyes, but I'm hoping that we don't. Although I have 3 more times I have to do this without touching his eye. So we'll see. We'll see if she can do it. Black hair bow for sure. No doubt. The Black Forest are okay, the hair bow are the best. My son and his girlfriend have this debate often. Yep, hair bow. Yep. And the commercials are great too. You just fly it right into my mouth. All right, this is gonna be a pink gummy bear. A pink bear. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that, but you're not a pro on gummy bears, I can tell you that. RV23. So just that back and forth motion to kind of blend that color together. Same thing here. Just saturating that paper to really bring those colors together. I'm going to soften this area right here because you can really see that break between. And then his hand again, or paw, if you will. Mixing those colors together, putting a little highlight over here. So this little foot looks lighter because it's in front. So I don't want to put too much back here. You see those where those light areas are? You need somebody to back you up. You still won't change my mind. I mean, I'll eat the Black Forest ones, but they're not my favorite. Okay, not touching that eye. Blending these colors together. Really getting that smooth look there. Same here. Look at that. 2 down, 3 to go. And I didn't even get it in his eye. Let's color his little lip. A little bit in his ear to give him a little highlight on his ear. And this ear too. So there we go. We have 2 bears done. This is the other one. So we have a pink bear and a yellow bear. And now we're going to move on to the purple bear. Jamie needs a backup. Okay, so this is the one I'm afraid might be really dark because this is my favorite color combo. So BV08 is the first one, and that one's really dark, so we'll use just a little bit of that one. V09 is also pretty dark. V17, V15, and V12. And look how much I've worn out my V12. The numbers are coming off. Ay, ay, ay. It's not wrong. It's right. It's always Haribo. I'll tell you a funny gummy bear story. You want to hear a funny gummy bear story? I got a really good one for you. My mom will know this one. So, when we were little, we used to always, when we traveled to Pennsylvania, it takes 24 hours, and we always drove. And one time, my dad was driving a separate car because he wanted to take a car up there. I think he was going to sell it up there or something. And so my mom and my sister and I were in the other car. And my dad and my brother were in the car they were going to take up there to sell. And we were driving along, and I had gummy bears as a snack, right? Two gummy bears walk into a bar, kind of. And we were joking around, you know, I mean, we were young, and I asked my mom if she wanted any gummy bears, and she said yeah, and she leaned over to get them, and I had bit the heads off of all of them and stuck them to my leg. And I was like, here you go, and she was like, oh, I don't want those. That's how you make it so you don't have to share your gummy bears. You bite the heads off and stick them to your leg. You don't have to share them with anybody. Truth is, I didn't do it to all of them. I just did it to a few of them. I really did share my gummy bears with my mom. But it was, I thought it was pretty funny. I laughed pretty doggone hard over that one. I ate them. They were on my legs, so I guess that's all right. But yeah, I ate them. I'm sure there's some people out there going, ew, that's gross. But it was pretty funny to me. I mean, I was just a kid and I thought that was the funniest thing. I do like to bite their heads off when I eat them. I don't know why. Like, I don't know, it tastes the same. But it's so morbid. Okay. So this one won't have any on the outside because his foot is in the front. So he'll have more shadow on there. Yeah, exactly. We sure did laugh about that for a long time, didn't we, Mom? That was so funny. The boys missed out, though, because they were in a different car. This is where it gets really dark, because I love this color, and I have to try not to use too much of it. Good luck to me. Oh, I like the cherry ones. I only share the colors I don't like too. I don't usually share the red ones. I like the red ones. It's usually like the white and the yellow that aren't my favorite. I'll still eat them though, because a gummy bear's a gummy bear. Yeah, the green is, not really one of my favorites either. Just going to put a little bit going down on this one. I'll probably use a lot more of the next color. White is your favorite? I like the red ones. The red ones are my favorite. See, if we all got together, we'd be great. Well, maybe not Jamie, because she wouldn't want to eat our herringbone. She'd be fighting for the Black Forest. Okay, that's all the dark purple. Yes, they do. Uh-huh. Exactly. And you know why? Because my husband used my artwork to make them. See? Aren't they cute? He sure did. This is the white one. I don't know how many I have, or I don't know if I have very many right here. He doesn't usually, I don't usually end up with very many of them. I have a red one, because, they're my favorite. There's a red one. Or pink, if you will. And there's a white one. Yes, all the candy pieces are from my artwork. Oh, I don't know. You want to try it? Let's give it a second to dry. And we'll see if you can. This one is V17. It's also still a bit dark, but the other two colors will lighten it up. This is more like the true color. So we're just going to go with this color. I'm going to build his little head around here, like his little chin area. Going to come down his arm. Yep, you sure can. See? So you could just color the whole thing with the Copics, and then you could have that color bear. You sure can. Yep, yep, yep. Those candy pieces don't get a lot of advertisement really, but they're super awesome. Or Rainbow Bear, see? Yep. I know if you stay up late, you get to know me really well. Because I tell all kinds of stories. Just as they pop in my head, you know. Like the shark story. The stand-up story that I told a while back that everybody thinks is so funny. It wasn't funny to me at the time, but it's pretty funny now. And now you guys know my gummy bear story. Yes, stand up. Gonna put just a little bit in here, start making him look like he has a mustache again. Want to put a little bit more here on his head. And a little bit more on his ears. Oh, they are, yeah, I'm taking them on the airplane tomorrow to put in the shop. So yes. And there will also be the refill filling stations. We have some of them as well coming with me on the airplane. I figured it'd be, yep, so they'll be in there Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how fast we can get them in the shop after I get there. But I packed them tonight. They're in the suitcase, already ready. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, the shop is out of honey bowls? I think, I know I have one in the suitcase, but I don't think we have that many of those right now. This one is V15, but he'll be, we'll get him to start making some more of them too. We're going to keep him busy. He did just get the second, he had to return the second 3D printer that he bought because it wouldn't, I have one in my suitcase, Jamie. I think it's black. That didn't make it in the last shipment, so I threw it in there to bring with me just because. But anyway, the second 3D printer arrived, so he'll be setting that up while I'm gone, so he'll be able to produce more honey bowls. Now this one, because I want to lighten this color a little bit, I am going over the two darkest colors and then extending out a little bit because it's going to kind of lighten those purple tones a bit. And I do want to lighten them just a little bit. So see how that really purple starts shining through. And Angela, I have your prizes at my house from the spring break retreat. So when we meet up when I get back, I'll get them to you. Everyone else's went in the mail. Oh yes, you got to get up early. So do I. Yes, I do. But you know, I probably won't sleep anyway, but I think my hubby's already sleeping because he knew he has to get up and take me. I think he's already in bed. We almost got 3 bears down. So we're doing good. Okay, we're going to start filling in with this color. We got one more color on the purple bear. Yes, I'm planning on going to bed immediately after the live. But we are going to finish these bears first. soften this area right between his eyes, and then coming down from here. And we got to be a little bit careful because we don't want to touch his eye. Still trying to avoid that eye. Oh yeah, you're gonna love that. I love my espresso. I use it all the time. All the time. In fact, I have 2 of them. That's how often I use it. Filling most of this in, leaving just a little bit for highlight. Actually, there. I don't want his face to be uneven. There we go. Okay, last one is V12. Oh, he's going to be so cute. Okay, we're swishing back and forth. Swishy brush strokes. Same on his belly. Now down his arm. Back and forth, back and forth. Holding out for the purple bear. You can do it. You can do it. You don't have to get up as early as I do. You can sleep while I'm traveling to Denver. Okay. Now we're going to do this little lip down here. Make sure we got that. And then we got to do around his eyes without going in his eyes. Smooth that transition, but if I put too much there, it'll go in his eye. So I have to be really careful. Almost got it. Just smoothing out those colors. Let's let that sit for a second and see if we need to hit it anywhere else. We will move on to the ears while we wait. Oh. You've been up since 4 already? Yeah. That's craziness. I've only been up since 8. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. So I am going to go back with the 15 real quick and put a little bit in here. Not a lot, but just a little. Just because I lightened it up so much with the last color. There we go. That smooths it out for us. And then I'll hold it up so you can see it. That's a great bear for sure. Great, great, great. Look at that great bear. Isn't he cute? Oh yeah, I like how he came out. He's super cute. All right, next one. When I keep you up till 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah, that's the norm for me. Here is, this is going to be our green bear. We're going to do G94, YG67, YG17. He's going to be kind of a yellow-green bear, but more green than yellow. YG13 and YG11. So, bear number 4. Same process, we're just repeating it. So this is a really good practice. This is really good practice if you stamp a whole bunch of them and then color a bunch of them, because that gives you practice on coloring them. if you dream of gummy bears. I know now I want them for the airplane. You watch, I'll go to the airplane store and they'll only have Black Forest. So following the same pattern that we did with the other ones. This time the shadow is going to be here because this little purple bear's foot is in front of the green bear's foot. That's the way I stamped them. That would be awesome. Yeah, not so much for me. I did get to move my seat up from 31 to 22, though. I was pretty happy about that. At no extra charge. Although I will be the last one to board, so that kind of it bites. And then here, and here, the bottom of his ear, both sides, and then a little bit here at the top of his ear, just a little bit there, and that's our darkest shade. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, bestie. Super excited about that. That's why I can't ever sleep, because I'm so excited about being able to see Jamie when I get up that I don't want to go to sleep. Put the first one off. I'm not sure I know what that means. So this is the second color. It's YG67. Just kind of extending that out a little bit. The first one off the plane. Yes, that's true. It is better when you're, yeah. And I only have an hour or 50 minutes between. And right now it's saying I'm coming in Terminal A and leaving in Terminal B. I've been to that airport a few times. I don't think they're that far apart. But there will be a little bit of walking going on with that. Just extending these colors out just a little bit. Not using too awful much because this is still a pretty deep dark green. And it's going to get pretty light with these other colors. I am going to go across the top of his head. Just give him a little bit of shadow up there. Oops. I missed his little feet. I gotta extend that out. Do this one too. Filling in just a little bit more here. Yes. Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. Last one on, first one off. I like that. I also picked an aisle seat so I wouldn't have to wait for the other two people to get up. YG17. I've flown enough that it doesn't really matter to me if I'm by the window or not anymore. I usually want to shut the window anyway so I can sleep. Or watch my movie and you can't really see it when all that light's coming in the window. So this one's YG17. It's not quite as dark, but it is the third color in our combo, so it's kind of our true color. So the darker colors will be our shadow. We're going to build his little neck here, where his chin is, down his arm, I'm going to go do his head before I do his feet. I'm going to finish this all the way around his face. How long is my flight? Well, it's 2 hours and something to Denver, and then it's 3 to Jamie. Usually it's only about 3 in total if I can get a direct flight, but I couldn't get a direct flight, so now it's going to be a lot longer. I just hope they're on time so I don't get stuck. Oh, I hate when I get a seat by the frequent bathroom person. After they get up twice, I'm like, do you want to just change seats? I just let you have the aisle seat. Gonna put under his nose, around his lip. Here comes his little mustache. Underneath this lip. I'm going to do this one a little bit under the eyes. Just because I feel like it. Not because, you know, it's necessary or anything. And we're just going to do his around the bottom of his feet. This one, I'm going to go all the way around his foot just because this is my true color. And then I'm going to extend out the other colors. Kind of like just repeating everything that we did already. Okay, next color, YG13. We're almost done. We're almost done with this bear, and then we have one more bear, and then I'll put the card together real quick. Because I already have everything cut out, all the pieces cut out for the card. It's nothing spectacular, it's just a slimline card. But I think they're gonna look good on a slimline. So this is a little bit rainbow-ish. It's not all one bear as the rainbow color, but at least I was trying to go a little rainbow-ish. Okay, here's where we gotta be careful of the eyes. We need to soften that color right there. See that transition? To really soften that up. Gonna go up to his chin or his lip. Kind of soften this line as well. Okay, I'm going to turn this just a little bit because I'm afraid I'm going to go in his eye. Look, 4 down and not in the eye yet. I can't believe it. I'm surprising myself. Kind of giving him that little bit between his eyes. Probably should have done that with the last color. Rainbow gummy bears. In fact, I might go back with the YG17 real quick and just put a little bit in there because I really think I needed it. And then I'll soften it with this YG17. And come out a little bit here. A little bit here. And then oops, I missed his ears. I missed his feet. Oh my gosh. I must be getting tired. On the weekends, though, I usually color until like, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning, so. Okay. One more color. Glenda. Hi, Glenda. Did you sneak in? YG11. I'm going to do that back and forth swish motion to blend these colors back. into each other. And then this one, same thing, back and forth motion. And then his belly, we're going to do the same thing, giving it a lot of ink just to kind of really soften that up. Okay, and then we're going to finish his little foot over here. And this one at the top. Just a little bit of that is in the light. And then we're going to go very carefully around his eyes. Really carefully. We want to make sure that we blend those colors enough. But we're going to go really close to his eyes. And hope we're not going to color in them. Okay, one more. This is quite a lighter color, so again, just like the last one, we may have to come back in with the second to the last color, the YG13. My body doesn't like to sleep either. I can sympathize with you for sure. I end up with insomnia way more than I'd like to. Okay, smooth that out. Then we're going to do his ears. They'll be pretty light, but they're up towards the light anyway. Okay, so now we have our little green bear done. I'm going to actually do a little bit more of this YG11 to soften this color because it's pretty dark. And I want to lighten it just a little bit. And some of the lighter colors you can do this with. Just really lighten that color up a little bit. Oh, look at that. I missed his lip. Yes, Jamie did. She faded off on us. I'm going to put just a teeny bit more around the corners of this. I missed his lip. There we go. I was about to hold him up and I realized I didn't color his lip yet. So there's our yellow, pink, purple, and green little bears. And then we have one more, which is going to be the BG. So BG09, BG07, BG05, BG02, and BG01. So one more bear. We're almost done. Same process. Starting with the BG09, we're going to go around insides of his arms. His arms are going over. Down here along the bottom, building that up a little bit so it stays, his little belly stays rounded. Doing his little paw. And then this little foot that's behind his arm. And this one that's behind the other bear's foot. And then this one that's behind his arm. And then a little bit on his shoulders here and here. His neck just a little bit. We'll build that out a little more with the other colors. A little bit here and here. His ear. This little bit right here in his ear where it folds. And there we go. That's our darkest color. So the next one is BG07. And following the same thing, we're just going to extend that out a little bit. Kind of smooth that transition between the darkest shade and this shade. And kind of extend these little paws. Going to extend here. Extend out his belly. Down his arm, up his paw a little bit, just a little bit. This is kind of meditative, huh? To repeat over and over and over. I'm going to go ahead and do his little foot, this part right here that's shadowed. And from this side, same thing on this one. Just the part where it's leaning over his body. Now we're going to do this part right here. Kind of go underneath his ear. Just a little bit. Up a little bit on this one. Up a little bit on this one. A little bit more on the ears. Both sides. This ear, this side, and that's it for the second color. And then the third color, which is our true color of our little bear, which is BG05. So we're going to use a whole lot more of this one on the bear. So we're going to come down his arm. We're going to fill in the outside all the way. I'm going to do the same with this one. Up his paw a little bit. Up the side. This is the color that we're going to build his neckline. So we're going to just do it like this. Just building his little neckline there. We're going to finish completing the outside of his face to keep it rounded. Same thing up here. And then I'm going to just extend out from there. All the way around. Changing the motion to the shape of the head. We just built our little wall here so we wouldn't go outside the lines. Building that one. And this is our true color, so we're going to do our little mustache underneath his lip, a little bit under his eye, extend out the parts on his ears and kind of close them up. You guys asleep? Everybody got quiet? Staying awake? Making it through? This one's just leaving a little bit open for highlight. A little bit on that one for highlight. Still here just watching. Yay! Okay, this is the one that we're going to go ahead and build him in a little bit over between his eyes. And then, look, he looks so silly. Yay! Look at that, you guys are still here. So proud of you guys hanging out. That's a lot of bears to color. BG02 is the next one. So this one's, we're just going to leave a little bit of highlight left for the last color. This one is significantly lighter than the previous color. So it's going to lighten it up just a little bit. Down his arm. I love the BG colors too. Isn't that just pretty? I do too. I really like them. I like to color with them. They're really, I like them because they kind of react the same way the purple does. I really like that. Okay, filling in a little more on his feet, leaving him a little areas for highlights. Same thing here. Let's extend his head down, and this is the color we have to be really careful around his eyes. Because again, I don't, and this one, these markers, they bleed just a little bit. So you have to be real careful when you get real close to the eyes that it doesn't bleed over into the eyes. Coming this way. We do this color all the way up underneath his lip. Building his neck out. They sure are cute. Yeah, I like them. I think this was a cool idea. I wasn't sure. I was just sitting here thinking, what could I do? And Jamie said maybe I would do bears on my live. I wasn't really feeling doing them all blue and yellow, but I definitely wanted to put some blue and yellow in there. Just a little bit in the ears, leaving a little bit left for highlight. Almost done with this cute little bear. Hi, Sherry. I get to see you soon. BG01 is the last color in the combo. So we're going to do the back and forth on his paw. And then the same thing on the other side. Just blending out that paw. Next we're going to do his belly. Kind of really giving it a lot of ink and a lot of juice. Gonna do his little foot. Just highlighting that area right there. And right there on the bottom. Then we're going to do this side of his foot. Hey, I have to say we did pretty good at not coloring into the pink at all either. So I'm pretty happy about the way that turned out. I'm going to go ahead and do his little lip. And now let's see if we can get the last one done without going in his eye. That would be super great. Right around this little eye. Now we just have to do a little bit more to make sure that blends really smoothly. Oh yes. Yay. Oh, I missed his ear. Almost missed his ear. Did we get everything else? Yep. Okay, I see all the colors done. So what I'm going to do next is his little eyes. So I'm going to choose the, let's see, the second to the lightest color on all of the color combos. So let me grab them and then we'll talk about what each one is. Oh, well, maybe not. Yeah, okay. Why not? All right. So we have Y13, RV13, V15, YG13, and BG02. So this is actually the fourth color in all the color combos. And I'm gonna I'm just gonna mix up the eyes. So for this little bear, I'm gonna give him a little pink eye. So now he has little pink eyes, like this. And I'm gonna fix those little black dots with my multiliner, I think. So now I'm gonna put that one aside so I don't use that one. I think I'll do the yellow Y13 on the green bear. Hi, Wanda. And then on the purple bear, I'm gonna do the blue eyes on the purple bear. And then I'm gonna do green eyes, the YG13 on the pink bear. I could have done them all blue, or I could have done them all one color, but I thought this would really bring the colors together, so I decided to give them all different color eyes. And then my yellow bear, I'm going to give him the purple eyes. So just doing a little circle around the black dots. He has pink eye. He has pink eye. So now I'm going to use my multiliner. I need the 03. Hold on. I need the really small one. Yes, the .03 multiliner. It's a really small, and I'm just going to go over that little part inside his eye just to make it darker so it really stands out. I'm going to do that on all of them. And then I'm going to give it a chance to dry while I put the card together, and then I'm going to hit it with the white gel pen. Okay, so I chose, I will back this out a little bit so you can see. So I chose just black for this slimline card, and then I chose this tan color to border it, and then the little bears will go on the tan like that. And then I don't know what I will put across here, but some kind of sentiment. I haven't decided. They're so cute. Might actually build them. I may have to build them a background, so maybe I won't actually stick it together right now. So I think we might need a background for this. They need to be sitting on something. They're floating in the air. They look kind of funny. I don't know what time it is. I can't see. So how about we hold these bears, and then what we'll do is design the card a little bit more on the next one, on the next live. We can do us a little background. I'll research some cool stuff. Very much. I miss you very much. That would be great. Yeah. I was kind of thinking maybe some kind of paper strip on there too, or something. I don't know. We could put this bear with the purple nose on there too. I have these teeny tiny bears that look like my husband made teeny tiny bears. I know I have them in here somewhere. Oh, here they are. When he was practicing on sizes, he made me these little teeny ones. We didn't, of course, use them, but this bear can be holding a bear. He's super cute. So anyway, that's how you color the bears. I do want to do the white gel pen though before we go. But look, here they are. And then you could just repeat it for any color. So we have yellow, pink, purple, green, blue. But we didn't do orange, or we didn't do, so you can do any color, but now that you've repeated it that many times, you should be able to do them. So I'm going to, I usually write with my little gel pen first to make sure it's working really well, and then I just touch the eyes to give them the little white in their eyes. Look at those eyes come to life. Gonna give them a little bit of white gel pen on their nose. And look at them. See, they look so much more alive-ish. We'll for sure do something with this. I promise. I won't leave you hanging. I will take them with me. Maybe tomorrow night when I'm in Idaho. If I'm not exhausted, I can come on and we can do like a background, or maybe I'll even have Jamie do it. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely, so if you tuned in today, definitely tune in tomorrow. And we can make a background for these cute little gummy bears. Okay? Awesome. Yes, it would, to do with Peeps for Easter. Yeah, you could, you could do the same technique with all the different colors. And yeah, it's super, super cute. But I'm going to go ahead and go, because I would definitely do a background tonight, but I can't because I have to get up in a couple of hours. So I will get the video on YouTube where you guys can watch it again. And then we'll do a background on this next time. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye.